not even holding a candle to the ultimate sworn enemy of lying, pomposity, smugness, and groupthink that Tucker Carlson is, I still, Mel McGinnis, will try to reason soundly, judge accurately, and interact with religion and politics. This is the Sophie Scholl Monologue. Been doing a series here on how to walk the walk among the woke. And wokeism is all over the place. There's hardly a spot on earth, or that is, United States, where you will not find it. I've talked about how important it is to understand how a person is using the term woke. And by 2023, woke basically means social justice. It basically means not merely being awake and conscious of, but having a Marxist sensitivity to racism. And I emphasize Marxist, because once you insert that term into the equation or into the definition, you gotta be clear about how you're defining terms. We also looked at, last week, common sense versus woke nonsense. Think of that verse in the Bible where Jesus says, "If anyone walks about in the daytime, he does not stumble because he sees the light of this world." That's common sense. And when we are dealing with wokeness, we need to see the nonsense in woke ideology. Today, I'd like to talk about how God's world of reality transcends the woke world of absurdity. Again, think of the verse Jesus just said. If anyone walks about in the daytime, he does not stumble because he sees the light of this world. Jesus deals with reality. Now, of course, his life transcends reality, but he interacts with reality, not the woke world of absurdity. Absurdity versus reality. The more you live in reality, the less likely you'll be woke. And the distinctions were drawn out so well the other night as Sarah Huckabee Sanders responded to Joe Biden's State of the Union. That was exceptional. And I said, I've got to cover some of the highlights by the star of the night, which was Sarah Huckabee. She said, President Biden and I don't have a lot in common. They don't. Here's why. She's for freedom. He's for government control. At 40, she said, I'm the youngest governor in the country. At 80, he's the oldest president in American history. I'm the first woman to lead her state, my state, and he's the first man to surrender his presidency to a woke mob that can't even tell you what a woman is. Oh, she rang the bell on that one. You see, she went on to say that in the radical left's America, Washington taxes you and lights your hard-earned cash on fire. Inflation is that gasoline. But you get crushed with high gas prices, empty grocery shelves, and our children are taught to hate one another on account of their race, but not to love one another or our great country. That's where she notices how CRT has infiltrated the school system, that is, critical race theory. She went on to say, whether Joe Biden believes this madness or is simply too weak to resist it, his administration has been completely hijacked by the radical left, and indeed they have. She said this, the dividing line in America is no longer between right or left. The choice is between normal or crazy. Huckabee Sanders is taking the side of normal. Just a few weeks ago, she signed executive orders to ban CRT, racism, and indoctrination in the schools, and to eliminate the use of the derogatory term Latinx. She repealed COVID orders and said never again to authoritarian mandates and shutdowns. She says Americans want common sense from their leaders. But in Washington, the Biden administration is doubling down on crazy. That's the woke world of absurdity, where that world can't even tell you what a woman is. We want to look next week into other examples of just how crazy this woke world gets. And it's not just in the media. It's not just in politics. I wish it was. I wish it wasn't there, but it is. It's in the school system. And you need to see and hear how absurd it is, while also understanding that God's world of reality transcends the woke world of absurdity. I'll say it again. The more you live in reality, the less likely you'll be woke. Well, until next time, unlike Tony Kornheiser, I cannot promise you that I'll do better the next time.